Hello and welcome to my channel. I wanted to show you a Tunisian stitch. It's very easy, goes really fast. For this stitch we're gonna chain even number, so I have here 10 chains. We're gonna skip the first chain, and into the second chain from the hook we're gonna pull up a loop. We're gonna move to the next chain, pull up a loop, next chain, pull up a loop, and so on. In each chain we're gonna pull a loop. I think this one is nice, this stitch to work for those of you that you like Tunisian, a sweater, a hat, neck warmers. So the last chain, gonna pull a loop. Okay, now we're gonna pass the yarn through the first loop first, and then we're gonna pass the yarn through this loop and the next one. This is how we're gonna do. We're gonna do like this. Well, I'm doing a small sample with a small crochet hook, but you can do, depends what you do, with a long one or wires. And the last two. Okay, now we have some lines here. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go through the first line, pull up a loop, move to the next line, pull up a loop. We're going to pass the yarn to the first two loops, then put the yarn over the hook, move to the next line, pull up a loop, next line, pull up a loop. We're going to pass the yarn to the first two loops, put the yarn over, move to the next line, pull up a loop, next line, pull the yarn to the first two loops, yarn over the hook, and we're gonna move to the last two lines of the row. So now we're gonna pull the yarn to the two loops, yarn over, and at the end we're gonna go in there and we're gonna pull up a loop. Oops. Yeah, this one at the end is always annoying. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna pull the yarn through the first loop first, only one, the first one, and then we're gonna pull the yarn to the next two loops. Yeah, make sure that this loop it's loose, because otherwise it's quite difficult to go through. And we're gonna pull through the two loops until we reach the end. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we have two lines here. This one's on top, these two. So we're gonna go around these two lines, pull up a loop, yarn over, move to the next, and you're gonna pick up those two lines, pull up a loop, yarn over, move to the next, these two lines, yarn over, the last one at the end, the two lines, pull up a loop, put the yarn over, and at the end we're gonna pull a loop. And now we're gonna repeat. We're gonna pull the yarn to the first loop, okay, and now we're gonna pull the yarn to the next two loops. So make sure that this one is a little bit loose. Next two loops, next two loops, and so on. This goes really fast. So this is the stitch. I'm gonna do one more row for those of you that maybe you want to try this Tunisian. Last two, it's gonna look like this. Okay, so now we have these two lines here, yeah? Next two lines, so you're gonna go around behind those two lines, pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, move to the next pick up those 2 lines, yarn over the hook, and so on. This is quite easy. I don't know, I didn't see this this stitch on the internet, so I just played with the yarn and I came up with this. I'm sure this stitch exists somewhere. So now put the yarn over. At the end we're gonna go and we're gonna pull up a loop through that last chain there. So we're gonna pull the yarn first through the first loop. Okay, and now we're gonna pull to the next 2, next 2, next 2, next 2, and so on. This is quite nice, especially with a thick yarn. Looks quite nice. I'm gonna show you the sample at the end. Last 2. So it looks like this. So what you're gonna do next, you're gonna repeat. You're gonna go through these 2 loops, pull up a loop, you go to the next, this, and it goes so fast. This one, the last one, and at the end you're gonna go to the last chain there and pull a loop. So it looks like this. I'm gonna show you the sample. It's quite nice, this one. Yeah, it's like I don't know, it's like the, how you call those, the in like front post a little bit. Looks like front post. So for a hat, for a neck warmer, for a placemat with cotton, this is quite nice. Look at this. And this is the back of the work. So if you want to try Tunisian crochet hook, well, you're gonna need a long hook for maybe a placemat or neck warmer. But if you want to do a sweater, something like that, or a blanket, well, you're gonna have to need the hook and the wire attached to the hook to go for big, many chains. So if you like this, give it a try. You might enjoy this one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.